Bam! Welcome to the show tonight, guys. Cool. I'm Coach Neighbors, and I see that I got at least one person up in her already. What's up, Ed? Welcome to the show tonight. I don't remember seeing you before, so we may. The fire we're bringing to the table tonight, else we may have to charge you. Okay, I'm kidding. I just got a little carried away. Welcome to the show tonight. Working on your files here. Okay, I don't know what that means, but this is not where we do the coaching, but whatever, it works. You're the only one here, so you get to run the show next to me. Anyway, so we're not going to be spending the time talking about Officer Delbert's ass tonight, because I'm still going through the emails. And what's up, Heather? Heather's out of Raleigh. So we're going to be talking about some other stuff tonight, more important. I can talk about him later. The video that I'm going to post tomorrow that I was working on today, we're going to outline the letter that. Well, I'm going to show you guys the letter that we're going to re-look at the letter that Judge Kopecki sent me, the begging letter. Yeah, it's pretty sad. A couple people have been hitting me up, and they're wondering. They're like, "Hey, yeah. Oh, by the way, I got what's up? Got the lawsuit filed against the state players for arresting me 7 or 8 months ago, and I wasn't in a hurry, and a lot of people was kind of worried about that and wondering, but I wasn't in a hurry. I put the ass on ice. I'm not in a hurry. So yeah, I got that filed. I haven't served the parties yet. I think I filed it Thursday. I just sent the email out last night to Miss Kopecki and all of the players, and to the Peace Officers Association, where they trained Mr. Dalbert at, and to the city of Lawrence, all of the sanitation department, the water department. Everybody got a copy of the lawsuit. So when you do that, then they can't hide. They can't hide and say a bunch of stuff. Welcome, Carrie. That's my girlfriend. And by the way, my girlfriend got her book published, and I think it's done. And I'm going to be making a product page for it. This is one of several. To me, it's like a chapter, but she calls it a book. And so to cover all of the stuff that we went through, I think Netflix is going to need to come in and make us a deal. Netflix, call us. Call the boss lady. She's over there. I'm kind of busy, but I'll talk if y'all make me. But call the boss lady. Yeah. And the cover of the book, I'm going to post in video tomorrow, and I'm also going to post a link to well, the first book is on Kindle, and I don't understand none of that stuff, but she said that's what we need to do first. So we got a Kindle book cheap, and then hopefully the other book will come out and we'll make it like $9 million. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking like an attorney. I lost my head. So welcome to the stream tonight, and what we're going to talk about tonight, the prosecutor eliminated package. We're going to talk about that a little tonight, and that is going to be the subject of the next webinar we have next week, 23rd. I think, yeah, that's next. And in that webinar, I'm going to open up the documents, and I'm going to talk to you. Now, the way we're going to do this, and eventually, since Humira is here to get my back and make sure that things work out the way it's supposed to on the backside of the website, eventually I'm going to make a new instructional video for all of the lawsuit packages where I actually open up the package and show you everything. But the only people that'll be able to see that are the people that are investing in the package, and the video will come when it's downloaded to you. However, you're still going to be responsible for checking for updates, and you just need to check the date of the video or whatever. You need to check for updates. The updates come in from real-time feedback from the fighters that are punching these fools in the face. So I don't know when it's going to be updated. Now, there hasn't been a lot of updates since we switched over to the 42 USC for everything, started addressing the fact that we're going after them for the process and procedures, the day-to-day process and procedures that they use that violate your due process right. And also I have learned how to go after them for criminal charges as well. And the way we're doing that is we're using the federal acts. Federal acts are violations of federal law, like the Civil Rights Act of 1871. That's one of the causes of action that I put in my lawsuit. We also go after them for the Tuckers Act. Now, the Civil Rights Act made it a federal violation of law for anyone to arrest somebody with, well, you know what I mean, where I didn't even want to, yeah. And the Tuckers Act, we include that as well in some of the upper documents, because the Tuckers Act, it strips the state players or federal players, any of them, of their alleged immunity. And it makes it a violation of federal law for them to violate your due process or your Fifth Amendment. I think it's due process and Fifth Amendment. I know it's due process, and I think, and so that's how we use that. And we go in, and so there's no criminal statutes, or there's no such thing as criminal statutes. Okay, there's no such thing as criminal statutes. Okay, criminal statutes and codes are not valid laws because they don't have enacting clauses, they don't have titles, and they don't have bodies, which are acting clause titles. Those are the three things that is necessary according to federal law and the Constitution for something to be considered a valid law. So statutes and codes, criminal statutes are not valid laws. But see, here's what happens. When you violate a federal law, they go after you for violation of that law. But the laws that we can go after them for are called acts, federal acts. And they've been enacted. So if you understand that there's no criminal, everything is civil, then you just add that act to the front of your cause of action, and now you're suing them for violating the federal law, just like they did you. But they have a shitty process that they use that allows them to do that without injured party or without, and in that process, violate your due process because it's not fair. Now, when you do that, now you're coming out for not only the 42 USC, but now you're coming out there for some criminal liability as well on front half. And most other people don't realize that. They look at the documents and they say, oh my God, this has nothing to do with my case. You're right. If you want to argue your case, then you should probably go get an attorney. Okay, because their conventional program was structured by them for you while they're violating you. So I'm just going to go out on a limb here. If I structured a legal program for your asses to follow while I'm taking your shit, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it so that when you get to the end of the road, you're not kicking my ass, okay? And that's why we don't do nothing in the conventional program. We don't spend no time in the conventional program. And I tell people not to connect what they're already doing to my stuff. And now there are a few people that have been able to do that, but those people were seasoned. They've been beat up for a while, and so they understood what we were doing. But this is what I tell you, because if you were doing anything already that was defective, that's the only thing they're going to focus. That's the only thing they're going to focus. Now we've had 3 or 4 people invest in the prosecutor limited package. Yay! So I want to talk about that a little bit today. I don't want to spend a lot of time because I'm still kind of busy trying to keep up with the new website and the new stuff that's going on. But the prosecutor eliminated package, I've had a couple of people invest in it, and the premium packages, which would be the prosecutor eliminated package and the mortgage fraud package, come with behind-the-scenes coaching in the background that allows coaches to invest in that package. Or right now, I have people that are realtors that are investing in the package to help the people that they've been selling the houses to, and to start a new business. Because if you're a realtor and you like helping people, you're going to need to figure out another way to do it, because this shit's about to get real ugly here pretty quick. Anyway, so people investing in the package, they're already helping people or whatever. And I get that. So I'm trying to spend a little more time figuring out how to help these guys get started, as opposed to telling them to go watch a damn video. That's not what I say. Okay. So we're just gonna go over a little bit of how my program works, and so that's what we're gonna talk about. Well, why don't we go over why first, because that might make it a little easier to understand the how if we address the why. I think one of the most important documents in the package is, and I'm pretty sure I have this, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say all the packages. The demand for sanctions. The demand for sanctions is like a mini lawsuit that you file inside of their shit without having to pay filing fees. The demand for sanctions is so badass. That is something. So the way my program works is you come in, we don't run around and try to answer to them and respond and all that crap they do in their conventional program. That's not what we do. Not here. If you read the Federal Rules Civil Procedure on how to answer, you scroll down to the bottom, all the way down there, you'll see that as long as you have defenses, you don't have to answer the shit. Okay, so in the non-conventional program, Coach got rolling up in here, we don't have defenses. Okay, we have offenses. You ain't gonna get a lot of shit done on defense. I mean, you need defense or whatever, but you're not gonna score 100 points on defense. I don't think. Okay, so you need to remember, if you have offenses, you don't have to answer to their shit. No, the offenses are the punching document. The punching documents in the package allow you to punch them in. Now, you don't want to go down and file all of them at the same time. That's a sign of fear. One at a time. See what they got to say. How they going to respond. The punching document are demand for sanctions, the demand to strike. There's a couple more. I don't have them on top. And those, we use those. We don't even worry about. Okay, so once you add the state, the government, if it's federal, I don't care, we just call it the government. Prosecutor, judge signed down without injured party. And once you add the judge, the state, once you add those players who either paid to bankroll the whole situation or sign to help corporation that's bankrolling the situation, and they're also getting paid. Once you add them to the demand for sanctions, or to if you're in judicial foreclosure, I like to use counterclaim, take my time, beat them down. Once you do that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, because they can't represent themselves. They can't litigate a case they're a party to, and they can't represent each other in the same damn stinking corporation. Everybody is all running around. No, it ain't about the law. None of this shit has anything to do with the law. It's about the damn facts in the face. They don't want other people to know. Okay, and one other thing someone brought up today. Jurisdiction. Coach, yeah, we did that shit. So let me ask you something. For the people who think that, who aren't, and it's okay, think yourself, okay, but when shit's already lined out, you have to, okay. So for the people who the jurisdiction thing, I'm just gonna throw it out there in that right here, okay? When you challenge jurisdiction, who in the hell is it that gets to decide whether or not to have jurisdiction? Same asshole you jamming. So we challenge the jurisdiction in the document in a different way. Not the gate anymore, because that's what everybody. So you challenge my jurisdiction and you're waiting for me to answer to you're waiting for me to answer to it. You might as well just pack your shit and throw your shit in the yard. I'm just saying. If you get in my program and you don't find value in studying the updated instructional videos that are only in the instructional video playlist, they're updated videos, they're updated training videos, there's training videos, but the updated instructional videos are only in the So if you don't watch those, you're not going to know how to use them. And you're going to take the documents and you're going to file what you think is the most important thing. And the problem with that is what most of you know about the legal system is total shit. I'm just saying. And it was taught to you, indoctrinated into us, the same assholes that are screwing you over. So I'm just gonna, and I had one video in the first live stream where I show you how to research how to state a claim. And what I pulled up was a bunch of misinformation and total bullshit that most people see and don't even understand that it's bullshit unless you're an asshole like me and devoted your life to figuring all this out. And I had that conversation with people, but they don't understand that what they're watching was, and you're not going to find a whole lot on the first 7 or 8 pages of the internet anyway. So those of you who are in a hurry, you see why you don't find anything that's value to help you do this. But you don't really have to look. All you got to do is replace a red font in the damn document. A lot of people make it way more complicated than it has to be. Oh, I don't understand. I don't, Okay, I'm thinking it's taking me a long time to do all this shit that So I don't think y'all ass got that much time. So I'm just going to suggest that you watch the updated instructional video that are only in the instructional video playlist, and that you watch the original instructional video for the lawsuit package that you invested in, so you understand where we started at and where we are now. If you understand those two things, it's a lot easier to figure out what your game plan is. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to try not to make people run. Run laps. When your shit gets kicked out of court and you contact me in an email, first off, I don't coach on the email. I don't have time. I don't check them enough. I coach on Twitter, and every question that comes in, I either answer it in the page or if it's something that's personal or we're yelling at each other. We do that in the messenger until we get it figured out. I don't put that in the thing. But here's the thing. A lot of the questions that people have, I've already answered in the page all the way down for the last freaking year. And the reason we do it that way is so I don't have to answer the same shit for everybody individually. Okay. So, and one other thing, people have called, they're throwing my stuff out. But they haven't went to Twitter for coaching. They haven't contacted hey, coach, that they're trying to throw my stuff. And no, nobody does anything until it's totally thrown out, and which I don't understand. And generally, those people haven't watched the video because I already tell you in the video that they're going to try to throw your shit out, and I tell you why. And then I have several videos on how to state a claim. That's the reason that they throw it. Okay, so one person said, when they throw it out, I'm just going to jam up with temporary restraining order. I'm going to jam up. But no, that's not the way that works. If you drag your feet and you don't do the shit right, and you get yourself in a situation where they're throwing shit out, because if you do this right, they're not going to be throwing your shit out because the judge's name is on the shit and everybody's name is on there and they can't make any decision unless. And I'm going to go here, and anybody that didn't have or know what I'm talking about can make a comment. Unless most people's shit is getting thrown out because they put the damn lender on, When you put the lender down on there, you're going after the lender, and you talk about the lender foreclosing on you and all of that. Those fools know that you don't know shit, even though you bring in some total hell fire to the table. They know that your ass don't know how to use it. So what do? They're going to move your ass up to the top of the eviction list, dismiss your shit, and try to get your ass off the property before you contact coach. It's going to make your ass go run, because why would you wait until the end of the road before you say something? Here's the thing. I don't tell you what to do. When you contact me, coach, you're in Twitter. Coach, the judge is trying to, hopefully you're contacting me when they're trying to dismiss it, which means you still have time to address the shit as opposed to waiting until they're dismissing it. Okay, so just so you understand the difference between the two. Coach, the judge is trying to dismiss my stuff for such and such. If you're the coach, do you know anything? You don't know shit that you need to know, because if they watch the instructional video, you already said in the code, you already said they're going to dismiss your shit. They're going to try to dismiss shit. And here's the reason why. So they haven't told you nothing that you don't already know. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation. Well, this is a legal school. So if the judge trying to throw your shit out or throwing it out or do it out or whatever before you contacted me, you need to know. Okay, why did they throw it out? Did you pull that shit up and read the statute? The statute that's not a valid law. I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just saying shit is simple, but people want to twist it all up, make it complicated. Did you read the statute that I already told you is not a valid law that they're using to screw you over with? No, I didn't read the statute, but now you see why I get a little bit grumpy when people contact me. Because if you don't know why they are dismissed, if they're doing it, I already told you it ain't legal. So It ain't like, I mean, people contacting me thinking the shit is legal. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm just going here. Okay. If you haven't took the time to figure out why what they're doing is bullshit, I don't know what I'm gonna help you with. I'm not gonna tell you. I could. I could. You could be like a paragraph and a half into your synopsis. But your ass ain't learned nothing, okay? Here, you have to learn how to jumpstart your critical thinking process. Because I don't have all the answers for every stinking little single thing. Are you kidding me right now? Hell, each state has a different name for the county recorder's office. The recorder of deeds records, the recorder of deeds association. Yeah. So the people who get themselves backed in the corner and worried about all of that shit have a hard time because they don't understand that these three words don't mean shit. The only words you need to be worried about it's foreclosure, okay? Or whatever. And people don't understand by adding these fools to their own shit and punching them in the face with the punching documents. I mean, it's how's the case going to continue if the state and if the government and the judge, if everybody's been added to it properly? I don't know. If they're continuing anyway, then you must have had an attorney that's still running the show behind your back, or they have totally no respect. No respect for you. I don't know. But I'm just saying the program that we figured out here from the real-time feedback from the fighters who called in, who are still in their house, who got their people out of jail, and you know, I think I have the best reviews for any legal service in the world, right? Okay, I'm not in the world, so I just keep it around her that I've seen. So, and if there's anybody that thinks that they think I'm not doing a good job, you're welcome to come to my live stream. But if you do come and you don't like the police, then you probably should not get grumpy if I'm not going to start hating on the police too, because I don't hate the police. My son is in law enforcement. I have family that are in law enforcement, and some people are there to make a difference and do every day of the freaking week. You know, I hope that people that are talking shit and think that every police officer that works in somewhere is shit. I hope that when the officer has to show up, save their ass, that they move with the same speed that they move. Saving other people that respect the job that they do. So that's kind of what I hope. And I try to be nice to the dude too. I was actually kind of sad that he didn't share more of the positive things that he does. He works. I'm talking about the accountability guy that came on the stream here a while back. He helps the homeless people. He is an advocate for the homeless people. He makes sure they get rights and stuff that and some of you guys know that I work for a center where I just call them hungry people, because some of the people that came there weren't homeless, but they were hungry. And now I cook for them a lot. You guys have seen my cooking and some of my stuff. So I was hoping to share more of those positive things. I would have had the whole stream about things that he was doing positive instead of having him trying to challenge me to let him know what I think a bad cop is. I didn't know. I'm not a police officer, so I can't tell you what a bad cop is. I can tell you about one cop that needs to get a different job, but I don't think everybody that works for the Kansas Police Department fits in that category. As a matter of fact, I know they don't. So that's where I'm going to. So guys, I want to thank you, Diana. Thank you very much. And this is kind of how I like to roll with the coaching group. I like to have everything right there and open. If it's a situation where it's personal and we're yelling at each other, then we can go into Messenger on Twitter and coach. I don't spend a whole lot of time on Facebook because of the attorneys and stuff. They're trying to cause trouble. I spend half a day jamming their ass. And then I got to stay up. What's interesting is that Mr. Kopecki issued a warrant for my arrest because I didn't show up and kiss their ass. That was 7 months ago. 7 months ago. I passed the police before they pulled in behind me. I said, oh, wait. I walked my happy ass down there and filed my shit in their face. And while I was filing it, I asked them for a copy of the bench warrant, and they gave me one. And Mr. Police was sitting over there, right over there in the corner. Ain't nobody come. Mm-hmm. So, I'm under the opinion that the fake court don't have judicial authority to send the police out to get your ass for shit. I don't know. I think Officer Delver's pretty mad that it's all come out that he allegedly pulls people over or goes to their house or some shit. I don't, yeah. Oh, yeah, funny how it goes. And there's more stuff that's coming out too. I'm like reading those emails, and I'm saying, well, Officer Welch's name come up, the young dude, and they sent me his pictures. So this is kind of cool. I never really thought I'd have I don't know, this is like the first 48, right? Okay, I'm just having too much fun. Okay, the officer is acting stupid, and apparently the guy from the accountability YouTube channel here in Lawrence that keeps an eye on them says he's an escalator, and which he is. And, yeah, but I'm an escalator too, I guess. And so now some more information is coming in about his conduct or misconduct. I don't know. I'm gonna call it I don't, I don't think the police department allows their employees to harass citizens after they leave the bar, the restaurant and the bar, the restaurant/bar, and call other officers on duty and go to their house. I don't know if all that shit's true, but Officer W sure welcome to come to shed some light on some of this stuff that's coming out. There's some other things we'll probably talk about next week too. So I don't know. It's time to have some fun. It's kind of like the big payback. I don't know if y'all can tell I love my job. So you guys check out the video tomorrow where I highlight the letter. I got it right here. Yeah, highlight the letter. And then, yeah, that's my prison ID. Yo, I keep it right there on my desk. I look at it every stinking day. Every day, every night. Yep. And it reminds me of what happened when you're scared. And you trust an attorney. So we ain't doing that no more. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. I'll see you guys in the next video.